it's not always about your job role. It's about you as an individual.
Young people do that because they want to see how far their social is willing to go.
We have to help these young people prepare for real life.
You know what? There's more to us than just kicking a football and just rapping.
Yeah.
As a black man, I can be educated. What are you saying, people? It's another episode of The Social Worker and the Mentor. Rob, you alright?
I'm good, you know, my brother.
Good.
What you saying?
What? Yeah, no, I'm alright, I'm right. I'm really passionate about that last episode that we did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think it was neat. I know I vented a lot, but I had to.
It's okay. I've just got probation ringing me, so I'm going to...
Yeah, you got, is it? You got, look at that. Dude, whilst we're filming now, probation's calling you.
It's got probation ringing me, right?
Rob, right. But listen, people, whilst Rob is dealing with probation service,
let me just quick message.
All I got to say is, you know where to find me and Rob.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like, subscribe, and share. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. We're also on YouTube as well, on Apple, and the Patreon's also coming very soon, innit? So, but my man is still busy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Whilst we're waiting, Rob, one thing I did want to speak about, and I hope that we've got the time to do it, is that I want to talk about, Rob, the school to prison pipeline. Now, the thing is, I'll be real with you. I think we might have to actually revisit this again.
Yeah.
We will, because... Do you know what? I've seen a lot of people, Rob, who have spoken about the school to prison pipeline. And I think, do you know what? When you really, really, really deep it in terms of that, Rob, trajectory, in terms of when children are excluded, I think many professionals, and I'm not going to say this to cover up, but I think, Rob, a lot of professionals, I don't think we're fully abreast, or we really understand how powerful our decisions are when it comes to young people being excluded in terms of where it can go to.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. I've worked with, Rob, a lot of young people.
Yeah.
And Rob, you know what? You know when they're about to be excluded, and I've been their social worker.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I've made sure that I've got myself down there to that meeting and I've fought with the school is because, Rob, I know where it's going.
Of course.
How many young people, Rob, have we worked with, who end up going, say, for example, being in a YRI. Or adults who work with as children. And they've all said the same thing. The moment that I was excluded from school, that's where it went left.
All right, so unfortunately, my brother, right, I do apologize. I'm going to multitask. Right,
go on.
But I'm going to multitask, right, All right, unfortunately, one thing I've learned is it's a business. Yeah?
I'm listening.
Right, no. It's a business.
No, I'm listening.
Right, and it took me a minute to understand that, the line of work I'm involved in, it's a business. No, it's a business. Now, also as well, I'm going to be very, I'm not saying take it back, but I've learned to reflect and have understanding and empathy as well. In the school system, teachers and the schools do not have the capacity anymore. No, they really, really don't. Right? Now, schools don't have any money. Budgets are low. There is funding and there is money, right? But it's for specific things, okay, right? Yeah. Now, the way the school is run, we're here to teach, not here for your behavior. But yes, if for some chance there is a child and he's behaving inadequate or not appropriate, bye-bye, see you later, right? He then straight away, and sometimes schools don't even give that child a one chance. It's a see you later because they're running a business. Because let me tell you something, brother, right? Yeah, all these, a lot of schools now are run as a business, not as a school, as a business. Checking stats and pieces of paper.
The KPIs, performance.
You understand, right? Yeah. So listen, Timmy's messing up. He's messing up my numbers. He's messing up my pie chart. No, send him out. Right? Yeah, can't be having that. Don't take him off the school roll, but see you later. And then and I know, the minute they go to an AP approved premises approved, that is it.
That is it.
That's real talk, bro.
That is it, bro. That is it. And, bro, to be honest with you, the reason why I say it's very, very important that we talk about this is because, Rob, I've worked, Rob, with a lot of young people. Yeah. That me and you've worked cases on. Yeah. Yeah. And when you speak to their parents, and their parents have come to us, and then they've often gone and said, you know what? They didn't give him a chance. Yeah. He wasn't given enough chances. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the moment that he went into people referral unit, we lost him.
Yeah.
Because because me and you both know that people referral unit. We know what happens.
Yeah.
It then becomes a safeguarding
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
It becomes a safeguarding issue.
Yeah.
And my thing is with this particular topic here is that as professionals, whether you're a social worker, or you're a mentor, and education teacher, you've got to be really, 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 really mindful and reflective that any decision that you make for that child, there's always a journey and trajectory for that child.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And you could be very, very mindful, particularly at schools. When you say that child is going to be excluded, you've got to be prepared that actually, you know what? I'm setting them down a path. Yeah. And that path could lead to prison.
Yeah.
How many ex-offenders, Rob, have me and you spoken to? And what have they all gone and said?
Yeah.
I was excluded when I was at school.
Yeah.
They've all gone and said that. They've all gone and said, when I was in school, I was excluded.
Yeah.
Or this particular teacher didn't like me. Or do you know what?
Yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
No. The one we always hear?
Yeah.
I was unassessed.
Yeah. Right. But, oh, gosh. There's so much angles and rectangles man could go. Like,
There's so much. We are going to revisit this.
Yeah. Like talking about this, right?
We are going to revisit this.
Because, once again, right, and I've had to realize it. School is a business, and I know it sounds horrible for me to say this, right? Yeah, and I don't want to come across cold or inconsiderate or have any empathy, right? Yeah, but all I keep getting told in my ear as a professional and being told, we don't have the capacity, right? Yeah, and we don't have the tolerance, which is why bye, see you later, or no. This school is for children who can't cope in our school, so we just send them there. But the problem is as well, right, is that when the young people go to these APs or PRUs, just remember as well, they're not being able to access the full curriculum as well.
They're not, it's not the same as if they were mainstream.
It's not the same, brother, as well, right, But I hate saying it, man, but like you're right, brother. It is part of it. Like, 9 times out of 10, most children who get chucked out of school and they go to an AP or PRU, do end up in some form of gang-related or affiliation.
Yeah.
No, but guess what? It's not the school's fault. It's very important for me to say this, right? Yeah, it is actually not the AP or PRU's fault, because one thing I can be an advocate for, I know firsthand that a lot of these APs and PRUs are doing fantastic work. But guess what? Sometimes the young person needs more. But you're right. The framework is, it don't lie. It don't lie at all.
It doesn't lie. No. And it's been written like that, Rob, for a very, very, very long time. And my concern, Rob, is that it's happening a lot more frequently.
Yeah.
It's happening a lot more frequently.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, Rob, about capacity within the schools. Do you feel as though, Rob, that the schools, and I know people are going to say, but Nana, you always go and say this and say this.
Yeah.
Do you feel, Rob, that the issue is that the schools don't have the appropriate services that they're latched up to, that whereby, say, for example, a child or young person is about to be excluded, that somebody can come and step in and be like, you know what, this is a service that we can come and provide to stabilize their placement.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I remember that you've gone and said before, and some of obviously your colleagues have gone and said, is that actually they're looking after X amount of children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that with their school rules, their rules are like, it's not even 2 strikes you're out.
Yeah.
It's 0 tolerance.
Yeah.
So the moment you go and do this, that's it. Do you think that maybe the rules, I'm talking to you as an educating professional, right? That the rules are implemented, that the 0 tolerance maybe it's too strict? Or because at the end of the day, you need to, the thing is, regardless, Rob, you need to have rules.
No, you do.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, right, we are in a culture of rebellion. It's always been there anyway. Like my mum would say to me and my aunties and my uncles, oh, when I was in school and tear, or my uncles and aunties, whatever, and friendship groups, right? And but one thing is for certain, in every generation, there's always rebellion.
Yeah.
But remember, we're in the social media generation now, which is far different. Yeah. Maybe the people are doing the same things. All it is, people just now being caught on camera now. You get me right? Yeah. But the thing is now, we are in a era and a culture of rebellion, right? Yeah. Don't tell me anything. Shut up. Swearing, using inappropriate language, using sexual gestures towards female and members of staff, whatever, whatnot, right? Yeah. They don't care, bro, right? Yeah. And also as well, they don't know how to understand their challenges and barriers. Let me repeat that again. They do not. They don't know how to understand their challenges and barriers, and because of that, they behave inadequate, rebellious, unnormalized. Unaware, vulgar. You name it. I can use so much words and everything. So it's a cry out for help. The schools don't have the services in the school, bruv. They don't.
Yeah, but
they really don't.
That means, but in a way, Rob, we are letting down those young people.
Of course we are.
Because we're setting them down a path where we know
Yeah.
where the road's going to lead to. Because, Rob, I'll be honest with you, when I go to these people referral units, bruv, the amount of young people that I've gone to go and see, bruv, I don't like, bruv, I'll be real with you. I go there and I'm like, oh, gosh, I know. It's the same old story.
Can I be honest with you? I done a school visit the other day.
Yeah.
My young person just walk around the school. I'm like, what? So yeah.
Was it people referring you or mainstream school?
Well, it was an education facility.
Okay.
Right, yeah? Right, put it that way, yeah? So, keep looking through the door. Like, he doesn't know that I'm watching him, right, yeah? Looking through the door. Like, right. Is he just walking around the building?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know whether, is it time out or... But Robert, no, he just walk around the building. Now, it's either A, he can't cope, B, they don't know how to manage him. Now, to be fair, he's been out of education for a long time, so I suppose he's out of the swing of...
But to reintegrate that as well, that was, yeah.
Right, now, some schools don't know how to do that as well, my brother. Do you know what I mean? But can I be honest with you, it's for me, it's just a system, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I just find sometimes it's just a bit all over the place, and I just think sometimes it's just easy to say, bye-bye, see you later. But once again, it's the schools. They don't have the capacity.
But then, Rob, look at the young people and men we have in prison, and you read through their files. Yeah, you read through their files. It is all the same journey.
I know.
And you know what it is? It's like we didn't get in there early.
Early
and
enough,
like
yeah,
I said,
yeah,
and you know, it's Rob, like I said, as a social worker, look,
Yeah.
I don't work in the school.
Yeah.
One thing I have to reflect and take a step back is I don't work in the school. I'm not a school teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to
Yeah.
cope when you have to manage 30 young
Yeah,
people.
yeah. It's
And
mad.
I don't know when things escalate and how you manage what the escalation process is.
Yeah.
But I think, speaking of like for parents,
Mm.
a lot of parents, Rob, they do go and say that they were not given the opportunity to appeal.
No. There wasn't. Because there's autonomy. I'll tell you what needs to happen, right? Yeah. And this is the joy and the great side of being articulate, being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, because like there are always gaps in the market that need to be covered or something needs to happen. And this is why we need daytime respite centers, my brother.
And Rob, you know what to do? I agree. I think
It's very
daytime
simple.
respite centers
Very simple.
for me would be very, very helpful, because actually it would really, really support those young people. Because because do you know what? I'm gonna link this back to what Marsha and Trisha said.
Yeah.
With, Black SEN Mums,
yeah.
and they both said something very, very important. They went and said, and like I said, Marsha and Trisha, quote me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Big up Marsha and
Big up
Trisha.
Marsha, yeah. They mentioned and went and said that one thing about boys, and also I got to say, school to prison pipeline about additional needs. One thing about boys, they said that in comparison to women, boys are always given the opportunity to be able to express themselves and F and blind and all that. Yeah, this is what one of the things they said.
Yeah.
So boys have that, and it's present, and we actually, and Trisha said we encourage boys to be like that. Now, in terms of when behaviors are happening in school, if you had a day respite, which is what I think where you're right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't exclude them.
No.
But you'd be like, you know what?
No.
In this scenario,
Yeah.
I think you need to have a respite.
This,
but it means you still stay on roll.
Of course.
But you have respite.
There we go.
You have
Right.
respite.
Now you've got it now.
To discuss what's happened in the school.
Yeah.
What happened, how it played out,
Yeah.
and then support you to reintegrate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because all those adults who were in prison, those young men, they all said that when I was in school, I couldn't manage my emotions, and actually I needed to have that space to be able to contextualize what happened.
Right. Now, bro, once again, as I said to you before, that's what's missing.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's about...
But I think we've got to tell people what we're doing.
Yeah. Because we say again?
Yeah, we got to tell people what...
Oh, yeah. Because at the end of the day, right, yeah, remember, right, yeah, when you work for a local authority, there's only a certain amount of time that you have. Let's just keep it real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. Sometimes you don't always have the capacity to give that young person
the respite
that he needs, right? Yeah. So it's about, remember, this is all about services now, right? Yeah, and helping the services as well, right? Yeah. And the thing is, well, right? Yeah, it's It's about providing something, as you said before, where they're not off roll, but they're on roll in connection where they're going somewhere to help them.
That's right.
Yeah?
They need to have that kind of space out and time out.
Right.
That's right.
But the thing is, in the UK right now, it's definitely in London, there are no daytime respite services. There's none.
There's none. No,
I'm telling you.
There's none. There's zero.
No, subscribers and followers, whatnot. You can quote me. Please do message me. Put it in the YouTube channel. If there are, let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
Because I'm telling you this now, yeah, right? The reason why there is such a high rate of also crime as well, right, yeah? Because people talk about youth clubs and youth hubs, but there's no daytime respite centers.
There isn't.
Do you know the amount of young people that's at home waiting for school?
I know.
Or not doing anything?
Thousands. So you know what, guys? Listen, you know what? This is a very, very short episode, yeah? But what I'm going to say is that me and Rob, we are going to revisit this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah? We're going to revisit this. So this
because listen, something's happening. About to happen,
yeah?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this is a very, very short episode, yeah? But we are going to come and revisit this episode. So
100%,
this is School to Prison Pipeline Part 1. Yeah, Rob, yeah?
Yep.
So, but we are going to come and revisit this episode, so don't worry, innit? I know it's quite short, but we're going to just revisit this episode because of time, innit? But all we're going to say to you is, there is something that is happening and happening very, very soon that myself and Rob do have in the pipeline.
Yep.
But one of the things we wanted to get across is that the school to prison pipeline trajectory is a real thing.
Yeah.
And my message to professionals is that social workers, youth mentors, education teachers, that we need to be very, very mindful whatever decision we're making for the young person. If they are going to be excluded, and they're going to go down that route, you need to be aware of the road that we're sending them down.
Yeah.
The road that we're sending them down, is not a good one.
Yeah.
Because exclusions lead to contextual safeguarding, gangs,
Yep.
knife crime, prison, you name it.
Yep.
If we as professionals have the opportunity to intervene and stop that trajectory from happening, we need to make better decisions. We also need to make sure we're including parents at every single point.
Yep.
We should not be making decisions and not giving parents rationale. Allow parents to be able to come forward and bring a plan. If a parent might know somebody or intervention or service or organization who can support, let the parents bring it in, because the parents need to have a voice.
100%.
And I think a lot of parents do go and say, when it comes to that school to prison pipeline trajectory, parents feel ostracized, bruv. How many messages do we get on TikTok and it happens, bruv? So many, bruv. So many parents who are saying that, listen, my son's about to be excluded. Please, can Nana or Robert please support? So what I'm saying is, professionals, please, teachers, schools, I know capacity is an issue, but please, make sure we speak to parents.
Yep.
Yeah. Please let parents have the opportunity to appeal, because you know what? Keeping their son or daughter in that mainstream school, can absolutely end and stop them from going down that trajectory.
100%.
I'm really stressing it enough. Yeah. So let's do what we can to keep children and young people in mainstream schools. Schools, speak to social workers, mentors, speak to organizations who can come in, support with the timetable.
But just before you conclude, and I do feel I must say this as well. You have to remember as well, a lot of schools do try, my bro.
They do. I will give them grace. They do.
Don't just think it's bye, see you later. They will try.
Of course.
So they will try one strategy, two strategies, three. Yeah. And if the 3 or 4 hasn't worked, then it's like, we can't.
No, but what I'm saying is, Rob, even when you're trying, at every single point, include the parents. That's what I mean. Include the parents and try and engage with it, and try and engage work with the young person at each stage.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
But guys, listen, because of time, like I said, we're going to come back to this episode. In fact, we're going to have guests on to discuss the school to prison pipeline.
100%.
But you know what you need to do? You like, subscribe, and share.
Another
the
thing
social
already.
Worker and the Mentor
Patreon's
podcast.
coming soon.
Patreon's coming
it's going to be
very, very
amazing.
soon.
September 2024. CPD, colleges, universities.
Everything universities. You know what I mean about that,
Yeah.
So guys, we'll see you soon.
Peace.
All right.